Good day, folks. My name is Razrivan. Thank you so much for joining us. Today we have with us Arshia Khan, and without having me to introduce her, let us get started by her telling us a little bit about herself. So, Arshia, can you tell us a little bit about yourself first?
Yeah. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I'm Arshia, and I came to Canada from the Middle East. I used to be in Kuwait and Doha, and I came to Canada in July 2018. And education-wise, I've done my MBA, and I'm a professional banker. I've also been a volunteer with an NGO back in Kuwait, and originally I'm from India. So my journey in with the job search began not immediately as soon as I landed. I took some time to settle myself because I came here with my kids. So, and my husband is still in Doha. So I wanted to settle my kids and brace myself for the harsh winters here. So that was my main aim for the first 5 months, you can say. And after everything was done, then I had a little more time to myself and started to think about getting back to work. So that was more tougher than the harsh winters of Canada, I must say. So during my journey, I would recommend 5 stages or 5 pillars, I would call, to get that first foot into the door, which is a very cliched comment, but that's how it is. And I would recommend the first thing which I did was to volunteer. I volunteered with the Polyculture Immigrant and Consulting Services. Into a field which was nothing connected with what I did before. I went as an assistant link teacher to teach people English, to for their to know how to speak English, and they were people of different ages, and that was a great experience for me. But this volunteering helped me to connect with some people there within the organization, and one of the co-worker approached to me and helped me to get the first job, which was into a financial management firm to promote their business because it was a new business they had and they wanted to promote their business. So I was working as a part-time remote to make some cold calls or whenever I used to attend events to promote their firm. So that was my first job, and it was such an important factor for me for my resume because that added for that Canadian experience. Even if that is a remote job, it doesn't matter. It does act for a Canadian experience. That was one. And after that first stage, the second thing which I took was uh, signing up for a bridging program. I signed up with Access Employment. You can sign up with many other agencies which provide the bridging program. Like St. Gabriel's also gives a co-op, unpaid co-op, so you can do that as well, whichever suits you. So I signed up with this because this was suiting with that financial services requirement, which was there with them. And Access Employment has a very big name with many of the institutes and institutions and the banks in Canada. So I thought that they will groom me better for preparing my me towards the industry players. So that's what they did. They groom you with the soft skills, and they don't give you a job in your hand, but they help you to introduce to the next stage, which is the third stage, which is very, very important stage, and that is the networking platform. They gave me that huge, broad platform of networking events with the industry players, which I'm looking for, especially in the financial sector. And I would strongly recommend everyone to go for all kind of networking events in your choose an industry because that helps you to meet people which can be your future hiring managers. That helps you to learn what they're looking for from a newcomer and what kind of skills you have to develop in order to be a little bit, a step ahead from other peers around you because there's a lot of talent flocking into Canada with different experiences and a lot of educational background. So you're not like the only unique person there. There are much more better talent out there. But when you go to these networking events, you will get a chance to meet people and you will know how to fine tune yourself and be a better person to get picked up. So I will strongly recommend you to attend these networking events. And the fourth stage, which I would say is getting mentors. Getting mentors is again a very important factor. At least two, maximum three, not many mentors, because if you get many mentors, you might get confused in your journey. So mentoring helps you to fine tune what you already learned from these three stages. Because these three stages will help you to make your resumes fine and everything, but the mentor will let you know exactly what you have to do. And they will help you to point out to certain skills which you wouldn't know at all about, which you should upgrade with, or certain certifications which will help you to get better chance in this whole rat race, I would say. So yes, listening to a mentor is very important, but never in front of a mentor show your desperation and ask for a job. In any stage, you should not ask for a job. You should just show your enthusiasm for working towards it, but never ask for a job. So I would say having a mentor is very important. And the final stage, which is very, very crucial here as well in the West world, I would say, is having a LinkedIn, strong LinkedIn profile and getting connections as much as possible, because that is a professional hub where you start meeting people, start chatting with them, and having your informal coffee meetups or informal calls, which is 5 to 10 minutes, or a meetup between 20 minutes to half an hour, which helps you to make the connection stronger and move on. So these all factors helps you into a complete journey towards your goal. And always remember that these factors are ruled by three very important elements. One is having a positive mindset and outlook. Second, being resilient. And third, being very patient. These are always there in every stage and will continue to be there. Because if you don't have these three vital elements, you can't go to the next stage. You will have certain times, like for me, once what happened was I was selected in the same bank for another role, which was much higher than this role. And I went through all the interviews, everything was done. I mean, I was given an offer, everything was over. And then I get a call, and the whole process took around 8 months. And the final call I get from from HR saying that we are very sorry to inform you, but the whole cohort, which was taken for Mississauga, has been dissolved because of budget constraints. And your file can be taken to another sector if you want to. But I didn't want to, because I was handling myself here alone with the kids, and I can't do the travel up and down. So these things will happen in your life, and you have to brace yourself up. I mean, your door could be shut hard on you after coming to the final stage, but don't give up hope. Keep pushing yourself. That's what it should be. And right now, somehow through this networking and making connections, I was able to get this first step or first foot into this door. And inshallah, with looking around and going from here, it's now almost 2 months for me now in this particular role. And I will finally go where I want to be. So all the best to you guys and good luck. And I'm here if you want to know some more details in this short journey, how I went through from each stage, I can always share with you. And I would strongly recommend that try to be with this particular platform, this community which Saad Bhai has created. It's very, very helpful community, and thanks to him and his teammates. There are many mentors here. You should reach out to them and take this opportunity. They're doing great work. And within this big group, there are many subgroups which will also help in this newcomer journey, which we require apart from the job itself. You require some friends, some assistance with other things, and they help in every way. So take this opportunity, and thank you so much, Saad Bhai, for having me. And
I think thank you so much, Arshia, for summarizing all of it. I think you've very nicely laid out 5 steps, and I think you didn't leave me any provision to ask you any question, because you have done it such a nice job. I do have one question for you though.
Sure.
You do have children. How did you manage that part of the puzzle as a working mother?
So I would say that during the first 5 months, as I mentioned, I didn't want to put myself into any job scenario, just to settle them and see how they get comfortable in this, new setup. And after that, I got an opportunity to work into a contact center, but the timings were very odd, from 6:30 p.m. in the evening to 2:30 a.m. in the night. So I got selected immediately when I went for a job fair, and but I had to refuse it because the timings was not in sync with how I would keep my kids and their activities. Like most of the Middle Eastern parents are very famous to put their children in many activities. I don't know how it happens in Canada, but we are very used to putting our kids into many activities and get ourselves into a constant being a driver. So yeah, so I had to manage that. But right now, because of COVID, you can say, or it's a blessing in disguise, you can say. Right now the kids are at home, and the working hours I'm still going because I'm in the front end. So it's from the morning till afternoon. So I'm able to manage so far. And my son will be going to university. So obviously he'll be off the grid for dropping and picking. So
Yeah,
one time.
that's good.
So
Good to
yeah,
hear
inshallah.
about that, inshallah. There's one
Yeah,
thing I did want to make a small comment before we wind up this call, and I do
yeah,
know about a certain individual. She started off as a CSR in a bank, and then I know she's a senior director right now. So
mashallah.
these kind of things can happen in Canada, and we should all be open to it. And best of luck with your journey.
Thank
And hopefully, if there are folks who need to reach out to, I'm sure you will be glad to help them as well.
you.
Right?
Inshallah. Thank
Thank
you.
you so
Thank
much.
you so
Thank you
much.
so